Can we hear from Sammy Silva?
Hello, my name is Sammy Silva. I'm a 4th grader at Sequoyah Elementary School. I'm here because my future high school, Magruder, needs to be renovated. Magruder hasn't had a major renovation since my mom went there in 1994, and she's very old.
Uh-oh.
Because it's so old, some places in the schools are falling apart and don't feel safe to go in. Magruder doesn't have spaces where kids can learn with a clear mind. And since you're in charge of education, shouldn't you help the kids who need these spaces? Leaders have to look out for the people they're leading, but if they're not working hard to help these people, are they really leading us? If there is no money, what are you doing to get it? And if you see that your strategies aren't working, why aren't you changing plans? If something serious happens to our parents, if something serious happens and our parents don't want us to go to Magruder anymore, what will happen to us kids? Will we separate from our friends? Will we have to wake up a lot earlier to get to school on time, drastically changing our sleep schedules when we know how much it affects our educations? Please help with these renovations instead of holding them back. Since you make all the decisions, you should know how much we need help. All the kids in Magruder cluster need a healthy, safe high school. You already know how desperately Magruder needs your help, and we hope this time you'll listen and think about our request. Thank you.
Thank you. Dan Silva?
Hello, you all know me. I'm Dan Silva, the Magruder Cluster Coordinator. And I realize that the focus of today's meeting is not the capital budget. However, as my daughter mentioned, that Magruder is falling apart, and she doesn't mean that hyperbolically. I want to make sure that you're all aware of an incident that happened on March 13th, where in our gym, approximately a 5x5 metal ceiling grate, one of the vent diffusers, came crashing 30 feet from the ceiling to our gym floor about an hour after the girls' volleyball team had left the floor. This is the second potentially fatal ceiling collapse issue we've had at Magruder in the course of a year. Also, when you're talking about Title IX later, I want you to remember that the Magruder girls athletes, our female athletes, don't have access to a locker room after 3 o'clock. As far as I know, we're the only ones in the county that don't. It sucks that the county council cut the budget for facilities planning in half, and that money was supposed to go, many people don't understand, towards hiring a P3 consultant. It seems at this point that the only lifeline Magruder has is through P3 funding. It's all related, it's all with the budget. We all need to dig in deep and start exploring alternate funding options. And I'm here to offer, again, to work with any of you who are willing to work with me to start making this a part of the mainstream conversation. Even without the consultant, we can still work towards exploring this funding, towards exploring its pitfalls and its benefits and educating the community so this is not hit as a surprise. This isn't an issue that can be solved by listening to cluster testimony twice a year and then voting on winners and losers. We have to dig deeper, and just like you guys are asking all these teachers to do, we have to find a way to do more with less. If you tell me that you can't do it without something from county council, I still need to work with you because I need to know exactly what it is that you are asking so that I can get my growing army of advocates to show up at county council meetings and beat down the doors of county council members. Some of you may be those members soon, you know. Like I said, I'm here to work with you. I'm asking you once again, please reach out, let's set up some meetings, and let's get to work on finding a future for Magruder.
Thank you, Mr. Silva. I also wanted to agree with Dan Silva that we should be looking at other opportunities, and I think this would be a good time to restart the, I'm not going to get the name right, but the facilities committee that was meeting pre-COVID. That committee stopped meeting, and so maybe that is something that could be brought up in the committee. We have subject matter experts in the community, and we could open up the slots for that, and we can get a good group of people together that can work that out, hopefully, being that's not in our budget.